Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
You are listening to the Lost Minds. You say it, that sounds better.
You are listening to the Lost Minds podcast.
Let's get this session started with a deep breathing exercise. And by deep breathing exercise, I mean, see on the inside.
Hello. What are you doing? Just making a podcast. Bet your ass cool.
A lot louder. What's the red ones? Never mind.
No, I think we're good to go.
I was just looking at the knobs, and my knobs twisted in a different direction than everyone else's.
Yeah. Hello, my eyes are up
knobs.
here. He's always looking at these knobs. Pretty soon that'll be what you'll be walking down the street. You hear some robot walking by. Get your eyes off my knobs. Oh my god.
Dude, as I was driving here, there was this guy walking around down by the Chevron, the one on 31st, and he was this older dude, but he had like imagine he wore a shirt that was like 3 sizes too small, and then his belly, it looked like he swallowed an extra large beach ball. But the rest of his body looked like proportionate, like except for his stomach. He's got like worms, and he was just walking around with this little shirt. It was an open button-up shirt, and it was just like on his arms and like across his back, and then he had this huge belly sticking out. And I drove by, and I was like, "Cover up, you pervert!"
I know that is some of shit. That's just might as well be having his dink hanging out.
Might as well, dude. It was just too much flesh for a person to lie their eyes upon.
It is. It's like that is kind of shocking. That would be almost as shocking to just because as if I was a child and I were to see this, that would be raise the question. What the hell is this? As much as a lot of the other things too. So that's the what if factor for those kids. I'm like, you're gonna make my kids already ask me a bunch of weird ass questions.
Yeah, why is that fat man walking around with his shirt off? Can I do it? No, you can't do it, honey. Why not? Why is he doing it? Well, because you're a girl. Well, that's not fair. Well, life isn't fair, so get used to it.
Yeah, that was always the nod people always were saying with, I guess, gay rights and stuff. What am I supposed to tell my kids when they see 2 men making out? And for me, I was always like, well, if you can't explain that to your children, then you shouldn't have children. You're retarded. But
it's not that hard.
At the same time, like with the same thing, it's like basically like seeing that. Why is that man got his belly hanging out and he's got knobs and stuff on his little shirt poking out right above him and stuff? Just because he's got RT.
It's like, well, it's because he's a man and you're a woman and he's got rights. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll find out that there's many people like this in the world.
They're called
They're
freaks.
very strange. Yes, they're very different.
I'd be like, daughter, there's 2 types of people on this planet. There are angels and demons. And those 2 men making out over there, they are demons.
It's like sometimes you can do what you want, but, sometimes what you want does you. It's like fucking... The party life took over too hard.
If the demons take over, you go to hell. So don't go to hell.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to. I mean, it's a free world. You can do whatever you want.
That's true. She's like, Daddy, I want to get Drake tattooed on my forehead.
At the age of 7.
Get my axe. What are you doing? Cutting your head off. I'm not letting you tattoo on that. Putting it into that. It's like Futurama. It's like, fuck.
Oh, dude, it still works and everything's perfectly fine.
Oh, I guess we never really formally... This is the Lost Minds podcast. If you are still listening and curious what is happening with this end, but yeah, the official rule.
Wow.
Just gotta have that stamp in there, just because if anything breaks it up.
I could just imagine someone sitting there listening. Oh, man, I really wonder what the fuck this nonsense is. If you were listening and you don't know, it is the Lost Minds.
If you don't know, now you know.
I'm so glad
if when you click through the logo, when you click through the website, when you click pretty hard to find the search engine.
And you still don't know.
What the fuck is this? What is this scratching on my ears?
Why are my ears bleeding? What is this shit?
What are these noises? Why am I pissed off at this one?
It's like, hey, have you ever been perfectly calm and just peaceful in life, and you just wanted to ruin it? Just turn on someone's minds. You'll just hate everybody.
Yeah, turn that smile upside down. Frowns all around.
Equivalent to metal music. You're just gonna rage.
Dude, when the apocalypse happens, this is what's going to be playing across all speakers.
Yep.
Might as well. We'll just turn on the car speakers.
People are just going to be like, this makes me want to go crazy.
It was like the apocalypse the other day with 4th of July. I was surprised how many people actually turned out. And
Turned out where?
For
the 4th of July?
Yeah, just for Monday, Tuesday, not so much Wednesday, but those first 2 days, people were blowing fireworks like crazy all night long, too.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked.
It sounded like a war
It's a
zone.
fucking celebration, man.
America, oh, shoot, it was like, I don't even know, maybe 9:30 or 10 o'clock. It had barely started going down. And we were just driving through the neighborhood, and these people had one of those, I don't know, cherry bombs or whatever, the ones that launch in the air, and it tipped over. They had it on the ground, and it just went boom sideways, and it freaking got the neighbor's lawn on fire straight across from the house that they were at. And they're running over there, like, trying to pat it down, and it went, like, it seriously was pretty much...
Wait, across my street?
Like, 3 houses down, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was just right there, right in front, because we were just barely, like, dropping Noddles, like, drop Denny off or whatever, and he, like, literally had gotten out of the car. I was talking to your neighbor because I was to see if he wanted to buy my other car. And, yeah, like, within only a few minutes of them starting to do it, all of a sudden we just hear boom, boom. It was right on the ground. We're like, whoa, just enough to draw sort of the attention over there, and we're just staring at them. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And we're like, dude, that shit's on fire, dude. It's like, everything's on fire right there.
Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus.
Well, one of the little ass
Bootleg
kids was a smart
fireworks.
one because like, all these guys, all the people that look like the taller people were there, run over there, and they're kind of stomping on it, doing whatever, you know. And freaking, there's one of these little kids ran over there. Next, you know, it's like kids from the neighbor's yard, the ones that they caught the house on fire. It's like holding the hose, like, I'm like,
Smart
kid's
little
like,
kid.
back up.
I got this, all you
Cigarette.
stupid adults.
Yeah. It reminded me of the time that Bill caught on fire when you guys went up there.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
But just like that, because it was just so dry. Because coming into pretty much anywhere you go now, coming into Salt Lake with it being such a wet spring, there's like all this life that was never normally there, and now it's all summertime. You know, 104 degrees, fucking dry as can be. It's just
Yeah, my backyard was all dried out and dead. So what I did before the fireworks started going off, I just went back there and watered everything down, just to make sure it was nice and wet.
So I did. I came.
Because, dude, my front yard, it's all burnt up too.
Dude, it's dry as shit out here right now.
I think my dad was
Fuck
out there
that is.
smoking, and he like threw a cigarette down, and it fucking caught the front
Really?
yard on fire. Yeah, it was a good square footage of it burned away.
It only
He's
took
like,
a little spark, dude.
yeah, and he's like, I didn't even think it would go that far, but he said, good, it did. And I'm just like, dude.
After watching it for about 45 minutes, I got up and put it out.
He's like, I decided to do something about it. I wasn't one of those lazy guys to just let it burn down. That's the easy way. I went out there and did something about it.
How
Like,
about
come
that?
on, come on.
What'd you do? I let it burn out, of course.
So they did the Brian Heads fire or whatever. Supposedly, with those fires that took off, they have now a 911 call. Someone calling in, being like, "Yeah, I got this fire going on. It's getting a little out of control." And they just didn't know it was just from a cell phone or whatever. But supposedly, it might be the person that may have started it. But just like that, you know, doing
Well, a random person started that? Like, what?
those fires that are all burning out up over there. Yeah, I can't remember how or what he said started it or whatever, but there was a 911 call of someone calling, telling them that something had happened and this thing got way out of control.
What a
So I'm not sure if it was a fire, if it was
stupendous
a gunfire.
person, dude. That guy is amazing.
Well, the Utah Lake fire started with gunfire, and Stansbury Hillside fire started right there.
With gunfire?
Yeah. The ricochet gunfire off a rock with the freaking make people have to run all the way up a hill, and by the time they get up the hill, they're kind of like worn out because the fire's raging at this point, and so now they're raging this fire, stomping on it, melting boots, melting their toes, melting laces, barely stomping out a fire, spilling their only drinking water in the desert.
That sounds like it would be an interesting story.
Yeah, you
Dude,
just
it would
gotta
be a
jump in
crazy
the truck and
interesting
go.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, I've heard it in a
I've
conversation at a bar.
Yeah.
I may or may not know these people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stansbury is kind of a wild place, though. But some of those places where you can go out and shoot are kind of wild. Even with that pit area, Utah Lake's got it with their pits, and then sometimes even Stansbury you'll be shooting, and you'll even be hearing crossfire.
Didn't they close down Utah Lake to a fire?
Mm-hmm.
To like
For a little while.
shooting?
Oh, for the season?
I think it's closed down during the summertime. It might even be completely closed because it's too close to houses now because the real estate was moving that way. So I think they permanently closed it unless you keep going far south that way. Like you go past Utah Lake out into the opens, then maybe you can shoot out there. But I think they closed it on the the east side of Utah Lake
It's probably good.
or west side of Utah Lake.
People are bad out there, but then it just puts all the bad people to go other places.
Yeah,
People are
like the
bad
prison.
in general, dude.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what the fuck you do. Someone's gonna find a way to fuck it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
That's why we
matter
got to
what.
get people to be reading the Bible more often. Mm-hmm. Amen.
read the Bible.
Amen to that.
That's what I wanted to talk to you
And
about.
as Jesus loaded his AK-47, he cleared the chamber, making sure nothing was in there.
Except for the sites where all he could see was the Israelites?
Yep.
They were keeping at bay?
As he
Just on
unloaded
top
from
of the
left
hill.
to right, headshot after headshot.
Is God my witness?
This Russian made AK-47. So Jesus and Putin holding back the
But
Romans.
you didn't know that the Russia...
On the back of bears, they travel and they destroy.
It's funny to have a little thing like that. It's a little stick figure, or not even a stick figure. It's a figurine, little sculpture with Putin on it. It's a bear. Got a bear on it, and he's like riding it. It's
Without a shirt, right?
Yeah, it's like
Hell
a little
yeah.
sculpture. You know, they just send. You can buy. Think about that. So your president. This is my president of country.
My president ride bear. Your president is...
Bear. Oh, right bear.
What?
Did you mean to do that, right, bear? Like he's on a bear, Putin on a bear.
Yeah.
And, oh, okay, that's funny.
I don't get it. My president rides a bear.
Oh, because I thought you were like right there, but like bear. My president right there. Rides a bear.
I'm not that intelligent, okay? I was going to try to come up with something about our president, but I was just drawing a blank.
I don't. Yeah, but we
You're
don't
wrong.
have like cool
Listen.
stories. I mean, that's what's crazy about with like all the presidents. If they were to get in a fight right now, I mean, I don't know. It'd be funny to watch if there was like some kind of Mortal Kombat, you know, where you go up the bars, you know, fighting all the characters to the top character.
Tournament.
No, because I
Bracket
think
style.
third world presidents shouldn't be in the
Somalian
same
or
bracket
something, huh?
as like first world.
What?
I'm just saying, dude. It's like, do you see a fucking
Well,
high school
if they're
basketball
fighting,
team?
though, like fist fight.
No.
But if they're like fist fighting, no, dude. Because those people over there would probably beat the shit out of like.
I think the best
majority
thing
of
to
the people
do
in
is
most of the
leaders shouldn't fight. They should get their
I think
best
Queen,
warriors.
Queen Elizabeth is going to have a rough time.
Each country gets their best warrior. Like, we got freaking Chuck Norris. We put him into a ring, and we're like, all right, now you fight. And then anybody that walks in the ring just gets roundhoused. And
gonna be like Troy.
America wins.
with Achilles and stuff, and they have to fight their best warrior. He says they fight their best warrior. Then you know,
Russia's going to bring out this super big bear man that they've fused together since
Man,
the
bear,
Cold
pig.
War.
it's a
He's
mech.
like, it's a half robot, half bear, half human. It's a 150% machine. That's what, because I said half. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever. And then we have Chuck Norris, who's just the infinite sign.
Maxed out everything.
Maxed out everything. It's impossible.
It's like,
And he's only wearing boots and shorts. That's it. And a what the fuck's the thing called that goes around his head?
sunglasses.
Bandana.
Oh, bandana. This thing that goes around his head.
Sunglasses? They go
Cowboy
around.
hat.
A noose?
Yeah. A blindfold? Yeah, everyone just starts naming like just dumbass. And that he always wears a blindfold. Close. Kind of like a blindfold. Nightshade.
It's like the Monty Python thing. It's like,
Yeah.
what else floats? Rocks float. Rocks. Little rocks. Little rocks float. That was another thing I thought was interesting that they had in the book was the whole Monty Python skit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was all in there.
The
How-
Monty Python's getting it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
How much of the book did you read?
Hardly any. For sure.
That's good. We're about to ruin it for you.
Spoiler.
Ruined. Adi ruins everything.
Ooh.
Ready Player One. Chapter 1.
I guess, yeah, you gave everybody the warning last week.
Yeah, we did. We told everyone. So, but some people don't like to listen to anything in order.
That's what they get for being slow pokes. Brian did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't, so that's what I get.
That's what you get. All right, so you guys want to talk about the book real quick?
Should we wait
Just
for
do-
break?
All right, we'll give you till the next time. We'll talk about
Till
it.
next time.
Okay.
Fucking
Do this.
lucky
I'm doing hard
bastard.
copy though. I'm like physically reading, which is a lot harder. than I remember.
guys, this is so much harder for me. What do you want us to feel sorry for you?
My hands
Yeah,
hurt.
dude.
I spit in your
You know how
general
many
direction.
pages I have to turn
Dude, I got a
through?
paper cut.
Like, I have to wear chainmail gloves, okay, while reading this.
Dude, I feel like it's oddly way easier to get distracted when you have a book, especially when you're reading. And for me, especially with headphones, I don't know what it is, but it's like the best because you throw the headphones in, no one's trying to bug you. You pull a book out, and people still talk to you. Like it doesn't matter where I was going, my brother and stuff. It kept coming up, and so I'm just like, oh my goodness, So when you pull a book out, you're still there. For some reason, you put headphones on, and people just, I don't know, they assume you're in
That's
some
because
other
you don't know
world.
how to get into the universe of the paperback novel.
That's
Yeah, I'm
true.
just- so they're talking
Turn off
to
your
you.
phone.
Hello. I'm just like,
Pull your dick
Okay,
out.
man.
Nobody's going to come up to you if your dick's out.
Yeah,
And if they do,
except for the cops.
then it's worth it.
Yeah, or a stripper, and she's
Exactly.
probably gonna want some of that.
Yep.
what are you
Heard
reading?
that.
Does it look like I'm reading? I got a boner.
She's like, I
I'm
actually
watching.
read the boner all the time. You're like, what? She's like, you want to get to know me? And
I
you're
love
like, sure.
romance novels.
And then I come driving by with my kids, and my daughter's like, hey, Daddy. I'm like, don't look at those demons.
That'd be badass for just sitting there both reading a book, boners. This is great. Good story.
It's like, how dare you judge me? It's a free country. But you're indecently exposing yourself.
Oh, looks like he's on chapter 4.
Do you think that'll
He's
become
fully
not a
stiff.
thing?
Hmm?
Do you think that'll become not a thing, like nudity and stuff, over time?
No, dude. People are too insecure. Not just
Yeah.
insecure, but they're too
Judgmental.
judgmental.
They'll just be like,
I
oh,
see.
yeah, that hot chick's naked all the time. That's unfair. It's like, well.
Tell me if this was wrong. Okay, so like I was wearing my hat, right? And this girl comes up to me and goes, "Take your hat off. I want to see your hair." And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I just want to see your hair." I'm like, "Take off your shirt. I want to see your tits." Like, why would you ask someone to do that?
Well, that's
Because
part of,
they're
like,
interested.
Like remove
No,
an
it's-
article of your clothing so that I may inspect it to see if you are quality work.
Dude, I think it brings it back to an even deeper, like, I guess, psychological question and stuff where it's that mystique, There's, like, the mystique of, oh, what's underneath there, What are the more layers to the chapter, You might get to unfold. But if everything was off and it was just there, it was out and, it's not special. There's no the forbidden fruit, and so it becomes kind of not as exciting. And so probably for at least with a lot of the stuff in our society, we can't sell shit, People can't leverage things that they might be able to leverage as often as they might, be doing.
Unless you're smart enough.
Like the modeling thing. I don't know how many people. I mean, you probably just see anyone could probably do it because
Oh,
there would be
absolutely.
no division of what people. There would be certain aesthetics, but when you were pretty much had your bare minimums and stuff, it just becomes like we don't have like elbow models. We don't have like
That's like
knee
this
models.
image I seen on
We do have hands and feet models.
on Reddit the other day. It was one of the Roman gods. I think it was a female god, and she was like kind of like leaning over a little bit, and in the sculpture she had like rolls, and it's like if the gods can have rolls, why can't you? But it was just because like she was awkwardly sitting like this, so it's like obviously like even
Well-
if you're super fit, you're gonna have rolls if you're hunched
Like,
over.
I've seen it on Instagram, like famous people that work out and stuff that just do modeling and whatnot. They have like their before pictures where they're just ripped, and they have their sitting down pictures, and they do it on purpose. They're like, look, guys, you don't have rock hard abs 24/7.
No, you
It's
don't.
like kind of just bulging, if you just ate something or something.
Well, I know why they can't have roles. First off, because women, they're not gods, so it's like they have.
But they are gods. Roman gods were real.
Old gods in the new.
Yeah, they're real.
Speaking of which, are you guys going to watch the Game
the
of Thrones?
I've never watched any of the Game of Thrones.
What?
Dude. None of them.
Few of them so far behind.
None.
Everybody, did you guys just hear that?
I've watched a couple scenes.
My brother's got these Game of Thrones stickers on his new car and everything, and he's like, "It's Game of Thrones," and everything. And I don't know,
You
I guess
haven't seen it either?
6 seasons back, or
Back to back,
Man,
6
what's
seasons.
a bunch of noobs.
Yeah, I've only watched I think the first 2 seasons. Most of the cast that I know is probably not even there anymore.
Probably
They're all
not.
fucking dead. Gone
That's what I heard. Is they're killing people off
Yeah, dude, it's savage.
because they didn't want to
It's so
pay them
cool.
anymore. So they just take them to a trailer or something and just. I want you to
Literally.
film this. This will look real.
Literally kill them.
No, I couldn't get into that. I don't know why.
It's way good.
I'll probably watch it later though. Like when everyone's on season 10, I'll probably start.
You're gonna hipster it.
Is
You're
it-
gonna be like, oh, nobody likes it anymore. I'm gonna start watching it.
What gets you out of it? Is it the fact that everyone watches it, or the fact that it's like medieval, or maybe?
I think the fact that everyone's watching it, but then even then, it kind of takes. I don't know what it is. Something special to hook me to watch a show. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's for me as well.
The it factor.
Yeah, and I really have to, especially now. That's why I don't have Netflix, but I come to find that's why I like Netflix, because it takes usually me to get hooked on something for me to even want to watch it, and then I would like the opportunity to watch freaking all of them.
Have you watched Narcos?
No, I don't have any Netflix. I haven't really watched TV in the last like couple of years. Really, Netflix.
How do
Now
you
you
feel?
have internet though, right? So now he can get on.
I've just been doing mostly the videos and stuff like that, and messing around.
I found it. I think it's
Photos.
just maybe I'm not into. I don't know. I watch certain things, but like Flash and stuff like that, I couldn't get into it, and I stopped watching it.
Yeah, me neither.
But I don't know. I'm more of like an anime person. It's more unique. If that makes sense.
Subtitles or not subtitles?
Either. I'm trying to learn it so I don't have to get subtitles, but I think that's going to be impossible with the animes because they're not really speaking proper language. If that makes sense. Like it is, but it isn't. But like the one I got into hardcore was called Gate, and it's about just some random dude who's in the army, but he's in the Japanese Defense Force, and he's kind of a nerd. And
The fuck are you doing in the
it's like-
Japanese Defense Force?
it's everything's peaceful, right, in the world. And then one day, a large gate appears in downtown, and these fucking like medieval dudes come running out of there and just start murdering all the civilians in the street. And they kill like 300 people or something there as they're running, and like cops are trying to kill them, like these medieval guys with axes and shit. And then the cops end up holding them off long enough for the army to show up and just start murdering everybody with like Apaches and stuff. And then they push them back through the gate, and then the army chases them back through the gate. And when they go through the gate, they find themselves on another planet that's exactly like Earth, except back in the medieval days. But there's like magic, so that's how they opened the gate to Earth to attack Earth. But they thought Earth was like another medieval planet, but when they attacked it, Earth's like way modern. So then Japan's forces like go through the gate, and they build like a castle and shit, like entrenched. And all the nations of that Earth try to attack the fortifications with like spears and swords and shit, and on horseback. And they come running through the field, and the generals just like fire, and they all just unload on this cavalry, and they're taking over the planet. But
It's pretty cool. I like watching usually some episodes of cavalry coming in. Fire.
like the Last Samurai,
Just landmines. That's all you
yeah.
need.
Yeah, with the, yeah.
Well, they were shooting at him with mortars and stuff, and just blowing everybody up. And then all the people on that planet thought they were like crazy, powerful wizards or something. But
We shouldn't have opened that
just,
gate.
yeah, they're just dudes with swords or machine guns. But it's cool. That's the kind of stuff I like. I'm weird.
Do they have anime
Don't touch
on
me.
Netflix, or do you watch it on like streaming stuff?
I watch it on Crunchyroll.
Oh, Crunchyroll.
Country roll.
Crunchy.
Is that
Country.
Is that free?
Yeah. It's kind
That's what
of, well, it's
everyone's
free
trying
and
to
it's
free media.
subscription. So, like, you could watch it for free, and it's got commercials. I think it's got like 2 commercials per episode. Or you could pay for it. It's like $14 a month. And you can watch all the episodes the day they come out, commercial free.
This episode is brought to you by Crunchyroll. Sign up and use promo code Lost Minds.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't, but if enough people do it, maybe
Yeah.
they'll be like, hey,
Maybe. They're like, hey, 5 people said something.
let's give these guys some money.
I heard
Yeah.
about that earlier today too. We might as well give them the
10
discount.
cents.
It'd be interesting if things actually work like that. If you went to a store and something like that, and you wanted to get
To a store?
yeah, and you wanted to get something discounted. You're like, it's out of date, and everyone's like, yeah, out of date, and the whole store starts chanting, out of date. Fucking all right, $5 off. Everyone's all right.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
Except if you went into a store and you were like, this is out of date. Someone's going to look at you and be like, wow, this guy's causing a scene. Let's leave. Everybody.
Stop resisting.
Cops just surround you in an aisle. You can't get me.
Yeah. Like fire.
Just murder you in a bread aisle.
The
There's another one.
Like,
Captain's like, what happened here? Well, he said it was out of date. Oh, God damn it, not another one. They have RoboCops patrolling Walmarts. Have you seen those?
no.
Dude, they're fucking insane. Big ass robots. Like, little kid tries to steal something. It's like, beep. Fucking katana. Through the bookshelf, just.
Like grabs his hand and just pulls it over to his other hand and just snips it off. Little bin opens up, drops his hand in the trash. Just drives off.
Singes it.
His hand.
Shut.
No
It
stealing.
cinches it with like a zip tie and like burns it.
Run and tell your mother.
You have been warned. Like, what?
I was just grabbing it to look at it. Under your shirt, I seen that.
Dude, I picked
It's
up
all
a
me.
dude
It's his
from
It actually is like he's like has a birth disorder and it looks like a comic book on his chest.
Trout on abs. No, I picked up a freaking dude.
Ew. Oh God, I didn't want
To
to
earn
hear
a little
this.
extra cash. I've been trying to earn cash. And yeah, we go to pick him up. It was like from this little area, and he's like, "Yeah, I just got to pick up or go get grocery shopping." So it was a double stop. And I was like, "What the fuck? I gotta like wait for you to like go grocery shopping and stuff." It's at Walmart. We start driving down there, like talking and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I told him I was gonna be on the way. I had the window. They were gonna pull my stuff. All I do is just ping it, and it pulls it, and it comes in." It's like, really? And we like pull up and it's in these zones and stuff, and it has a tracking thing. You tell me when you're gonna be there, and you pull up, and then it pings you, and it's when you're there, it says you're there, and then they run out there.
Wait, Walmart like has a fucking what?
Yeah,
it's
and
a
they'll
pickup.
basically like, load it in your car. When I got out, because I was like, oh, I guess, and I open up the door and stuff like that, and they're basically ready to start loading it in the car.
Yeah, they have a pickup now, but they have like, you can't do perishable foods and shit like that. We've tried it before, but we needed like squash and shit like that, so they didn't want to bring it to us.
Oh, so they won't bring you
depending-
vegetables and stuff?
Depending on the window, yeah, he did like a window he ordered, I think that day or the next day or something, or the day before, and said it was in between like the certain window, and then he drove there to pick it up and stuff.
What did he get when you dropped him off?
Just like regular food, you know, just chips, Tyson's chicken. They substituted him an upgraded version because the one that he bought they actually didn't have in stock. He's like, oh, right on, bonus. And he had some other stuff. I don't know.
He's
what
like,
they had.
oh, dude, right on, bro.
Like, dude, I love
jackpot.
shopping. Like, he's like, took 10 minutes, 15, well, no, maybe like 15 minutes to.
What
go,
is this
pretty
world
much
coming to,
go
man?
Do grocery shopping. Couldn't do no browsing. Couldn't do any extra shopping. That's sometimes my problem. I'll get this. I'll get that. But sometimes that's half the fun, you know, for me.
Yeah, dude.
I
I
was
just
even
like going
talking
in there
about-
looking at people. I'm just
Dude,
like, damn.
People
I was
at
talking to my
Walmart.
grandma about that today, this morning at breakfast, because I was sitting there saying, you know, I was joking to her because I'm like, damn, I can't believe it. I'm already saying like this, and she's laughed. She's like, it cracks me up when you're like at my age and stuff, you know, because she's lived like 4 of my lives and stuff already, and so I'm like sitting here talking about these grocery stores, you know, and I'm pretty much thinking that my kids, and as I was telling her, I'm like, my kids probably won't even.
Go to the grocery
Yeah, they
store.
probably will never pick their own groceries. They'll have either Amazon drones or someone drop it off, or, you know, possibly someone else will pick it, you know, at a giant warehouse and stuff. Like that convenient. Now that I'm like seeing it kind of in the grand scheme of things, I don't know, for some reason, right when I heard about them doing that, I'm like, I don't see people ever really going into grocery stores anymore.
I think people will. I'll go in there.
Well, have you seen how they're already doing
Target,
it?
dude. That's where you pick up on chicks.
Well,
Everyone knows that.
Smith's, dude. Smith's is like switching over to that European style now, so they have that where you get the app and you can program the little cart, whatever one you have. You like sync it to your thing right when you come in there. As part of the app, you just pick the number. Oh, I'm on 277, whatever. Link it, go in there. Whatever the fuck you throw in there, that cart scans it.
Damn.
Push it out the store. Pay the second you leave the store. Don't even have to talk to anybody. Don't have to do shit. Walk straight to your car, load it up in there. Like pretty much. That's that. So that's
So
one.
you
that's
mean
already
to
like
tell me that homeless people are going to start getting fancy with these carts?
They're going to have laser carts?
They're going to have speaking carts?
Yeah.
Or they're probably going to get carts like Harmon's
Whatever.
does, where they're
Yeah, I
in
was
an
gonna say.
electrical fence. So as soon as you start walking out, the cart turns into a fucking 200 million volt gigawatt taser that just melts your palms to the fucking cart.
Have you tried pushing one of those carts out of there? Mm-mm. It's kind of crazy. It is almost like that, like a magnet, because it just stops you. It's like, because when you go to push it out, it's like, yeah, the invisibleness. Or as it goes pretty much right to the end, it goes.
Just stop. Yeah,
Pretty much stops
the
right
wheels
there, yeah.
engage a brake, and it just grabs the wheels, and you can't push the fucking thing anymore. You'd have to carry
Get
it.
a running start and push it.
Dude, you'd fucking face plant into that cart so hard. I think they should have tasers to them. Just
Or
Flip
self-destruct.
me back.
yeah,
flip
it's
me
like
back.
this cart will self-destruct in 3, 2, too short. Cart shrapnel just.
I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time.
There's
I
another
talk
cart
to
boy.
everything now. I talk to my phone, and my fucking my phone talks back to me. My car talks back to me. Fucking got the Google Chrome.
Of course,
thing,
I'm
or what
sick
is
of
it?
driving.
Google Home thing that freaking talks to me every time.
Do you have that?
Yeah,
Fuck that, dude.
dude, my mom got
They're
it at
listening
some
to you, man.
at some like it's funny how that
Oh,
works.
yeah.
Like it listens to everything you say because my mom wanted it at some thing at her work and she's like, I don't even like this thing, I don't understand it. So I started using like a Bluetooth speaker. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. It actually works. And usually I'll be like playing music and stuff, and it's so funny. I'll be like talking. Oh yeah, playing the Bluetooth speaker. You were there, huh? Seeing the Google Home, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's pretty good. It's like the Google Home. It's like a second you even say Google, just like yes, you know, it's
What do
like
you
waiting.
want?
It's in the waiting.
It's kind of cool though. It's like an automatic butler or something.
It is if you sign it. If you have a Google phone and you hook your Google Calendar to it, it'll wake you up. I could even hook my alarms to it, Google alarms and stuff, and it'll wake me up and be like, "Hey, you have this on the schedule today. Hey, you have this." Wake it up. I can have quote of the day. I can have like play bird sounds and shit. It's actually legit, but it's interesting. So interesting.
Until the judge is like, and then he started masturbating.
That's a demon act.
Dude, I wonder-
Send him to prison for life.
So it's Wi-Fi only, so it's probably sending it out to some server and saving it. But it has to. It has to record everything you say in order for that thing to work. You know.
I think
because-
your phone just turned on over there by itself. So it's recording and sending all files to. I can't really read that
Basically,
last one.
though, those are, and I wish I would. I kind of wanted to get the Google phone, but I really do like the Apple thing. But even
Apple thing.
I just like Apple, like how I have like the all works.
Oh my
together.
goodness, dude! I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But dude, with Google, like even
there it
I
goes.
use most of the time Google to interact with my different devices. You know, so if I'm using Drive or whatever
I like Apple because it was made here. It's a U.S. product, but I hate how fucking dumb it is. It like represents us perfectly.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, guess what, everybody? We're coming out with something that's already been made for the past 2 years.
Release it in
It's nice.
stages.
I like the fact that you can't get viruses on it. Or viruses have to be specifically made for that laptop. I like that, but I also don't like just how like for dummies it is and how it's
Well,
been sold to dummies.
I know how Apple is probably the best gaming platform. Like, the best hardware to use when you game. Like MacBook Pros are the best. And just because they're so customizable.
I think you
And like,
no.
am I wrong?
You're
It's like a-
totally wrong.
The ClickPad's the best for the
You want to know what the best platform for gaming is?
Anything but Apple.
Anything but Apple. You could probably do better gaming on a Nintendo 64.
your phone.
Your phone. Dude, phones are coming up with some fucking amazing games. I
Yeah.
think I'm going to get that AC-130 Zombie Attack.
Dude, yeah, I was looking at some of that stuff
game
too because I was
looks
just
cool.
flipping through some apps when they got the bigger phone, and so I was going through like utilities and stuff. I'm like, which one do I making sure I was getting all the ones I had, and it goes through our top picks of the games, and so like look at the top picks of all the games. Some of the games I was like, holy shit, this is like a full-on legit PS1, if not
Yeah,
better
dude, I've
video
seen
game.
Serge play at work, and some of the games he's playing, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he has a car, and then you're in the car, and
Yeah, some of
you
the
can
games
like
are
do
absurd.
everything. It's nuts.
Computer games are getting even crazier. Like I was looking at this racing game, and he's driving through there, and it's got simulated rain. So like your car's driving, and all the raindrops that hit on the car windshield are like individually rendered, and then you turn on your windshield wipers, and it actually moves
Oh, I
all the
saw that.
individual raindrops. It's like,
What?
and it looks fucking real, dude. I was like, what the fuck? This looks crazy. It looked real as shit, and the guy's like in his little race car, like going around corners, and it's fucking raining hard, and his windshield wipers are just cleaning it up as fast as it can, and I'm like,
Yeah, I was on
Holy crap.
on Reddit, and it was saying how Apple had banned an app because it was a game app that was like, see how high you could throw your phone to get a high score, and it said too many people broke their phones.
Oh my!
I was like,
God.
holy shit, that's so dumb.
That's
Just
what
like,
I mean. Like, dumb people, dude.
It's part of the game, though, man.
It's like the waterproof
That's what I
app
tell 'em.
too.
Yeah. Or the fucking microwave charge your battery app.
Waterproof
Fucking
app.
put your
Oh,
phone in the microwave and put it for 3 minutes and charge it full in 3 minutes. It's like,
dude, people are so dumb.
they're dumb.
Yeah.
People are, especially when they see stuff. I guess I don't know if they never came to it. I mean, it's too good to be true. Instead, they're just like,
That's, dude, it's like the same thing you were talking about earlier.
perfect.
Like, your
I
kids.
need that.
Like, I kind of feel like you need to teach them early in life. Hey, man, there's a lot of people out there that are willing to just stab you in the back. Because it's like, oh, you're never going to go to Walmart and shop. Let's go to a store and shop. Like, you got to take them there regardless when they're younger or something. And just teach them. Because people, I've even fallen for it when I was younger, dude. That's how my computer got hacked. And it's like, nobody's nice in this world, man. Nobody's nice.
Mom, what's a Trojan virus?
Yeah, it's so true though, dude. Because like that, even funny you're speaking about that. Last night, right? I was at this ranch, Conrad Ranch. Working this event up in Provo. It's a really nice ranch. It's pretty sweet and pretty cool area. And they own pretty much most of the areas up throughout the mountains right there in Provo.
Did you just try not to say the name?
Yeah, I didn't know if they wanted to put it out and stuff like this.
Just go back and bleep it out.
It's too much work.
But you basically said the whole name.
Not the whole thing, but it's a cool place. People can find it if they want. The guy's really cool. If you're trying to book an event, I would book an event there. I was like even checking it out because I got a badass pond and lake. If I were to do some kind of
Does he
like
let you
wedding
fish
or
there?
reception, they used to have a hatchery. He said he has one down the way. They ranch on the other sides. But when I first started talking to him, I had the bus parked up and I was up the hill a little bit. And he pulled up and everyone was like getting ready to get out of there. And they were kind of getting ready and everyone's cleaning up. Everyone's like getting done. The family's all cleaning up. And the guy pulls up to me and he starts talking to me for a minute. And he's in his little golf cart and he's like 80-year-old man. And he's like, no, I'm an 80-year-old LDS man and stuff. And he's like, I think my every day, that I've been here and this and that. And he's like, I don't want to say though, I've gone on a couple of missions and I've done missions later on. And there's
What kind of missions? Like World War II?
He's like, but there's the thing. He's like, yeah,
Afghanistan?
there'll be a couple of different missions. And there's, I've noticed, even like right now tonight, I noticed there's a difference between American people and Chinese people. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I had this weird thing. I'm like, dude, this old guy's gonna like go in on some some shit where I'm just like, nope, don't do it. Don't think that I'm on the same page as you, mother, So, but then all of a sudden he's like, they are so much more disciplined, respectful, kind. And he's like, look at them. He's like, look, every one of them is helping. He's like, most of the time when we have an American wedding, he's like, the little rats are running around. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. And I was like,
All these interracials.
Yeah, he's like, it's such a weird thing. He's like talking about. He's like, I just don't get it, And I was like, well, I was wondering too. I mean, it's these virtues and these things that go on. And I was like, we're such a young country. These countries, they've had this heritage and things so long. Now we have all these kids with a lot of our generations, this millennial stuff where it's a lot of entitlement. I need this shit now because I can download what I need now. Why can't I have what I want now? What do you mean I can't have a 4-year education now? It's like, no, you have to take your time, go do this and stuff.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that icks me is you're getting paid for it. When people say that, like, I don't need to clean this up. There's someone that's getting paid for it, like at McDonald's or something. It's like, just take your tray, throw your shit away, and you're good.
Yeah, I'm not doing someone else's job.
Shit like that.
It's like,
that
clean
shit
up after
bugs me.
yourself. But that was only a part of their add-on to the job. But it was funny, though, when he said that, it was kind of interesting, too, because I had always, even when you do see kind of different, like, the way people act and the way, like, they have different virtues towards, like, their culture-wise, yeah.
Would I be considered an asshole if someone was like, hey, you're not getting paid for this, but it needs to get done, and I get upset at that?
It depends on if you want to do it and if you have time.
Well, but let's say you're on the clock, right? But on that clock, you only get paid for the things that they say you're going to get paid, right? So let's say you have an allotted amount, like 5 hours of allotted time to do 5 hours of work.
I would say if it was supposed to be done, then you could get pissed and not do it. But if it's like to help a customer,
no, I'm talking about like let's say you're doing your job on cars, right?
Yeah,
and you don't get paid to remove doors, correct?
Yep.
And someone takes those doors off, and now you have to put them back on because someone else fucked up, and it's going to take an hour or two out of your day. Would that irk you a little bit? Even though the doors have to be back on that car. It's not to satisfy a customer or anybody. It's so that you can start doing your job.
Well, it depends. If it was the body man who took them off and we had a good relationship, where if I was to fuck up a paint job and he was like, you know what, it's all right, I'll take the bumper off and redo everything. But if I'm not in good, with the body man, I'd tell him to fuck off.
See, that would be kind of weird, but I think if you were able to close more hours on the vehicle, it'd be nice. Like, I think it would be shittier if, like, say you were...
I guess...
you were closing more hours and they were like, hey, scrub the fucking toilets.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all of a sudden you're like, what?
Okay, so I guess it's like this.
That would be, I guess, the far end of the spectrum where you'd be like, hell no, hell no.
So I guess it's like this. I'm hiring you to lay some piping down in my yard. And I'm like, all right, Brick, I need...
piping in your yard, baby.
I need you to just lay down the piping, right? And then you show up and you're like, well, where's this supposed to go? And I'm like, it's got to be 6 feet down. Right?
Start digging.
And you're like, but the hole's not dug yet. There's no trench. I'm like, well, that's your problem, dude. I paid you to put that 6 feet down to the ground. I don't care how you do it, but you got to do it. Now, how are you going to... someone's got to dig the hole. But you're only paid to bring the fucking PVC, not dig the hole. But you've got to dig the hole because to put the PVC down, there's got to be a hole.
Well, usually, if you're going to be laying down the pipe, you're going to dig the hole, right?
But I'm only paying you for the PVC and putting it down. I'm not paying you to dig it. But you've got to do it anyway, because I've already paid you. Would that irk you a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes only, like, I guess if it would be a bid, because, like, yeah, they bid you the job. But they say, hey, I'll put this electrical work in for $500 on this thing. Okay. Expecting, because it's an open building, but then they backfill it and you come in, you're like, okay, what the heck, you buried it. Oh, yeah, sorry, but you need to still have your stuff in there. And it's like, oh, shoot, now I got to pay for a crew to come dig it up. It's like, shoot, then you have to eat the price of the crew to eat that, scoop it up. Dude. Most of the time when that happens in construction, when you get a contracting, I guess when you get the plan and stuff like that, you usually get, like, a list of numbers and stuff like that, addresses. People just go find them and, like, usually kill them. Just kidding. That'd be crazy, yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, here we go, got some good stories, dude. This is like some CSI, dude.
This is what I like.
They'll have like arguments, and they'll be like the whole time trying to figure out how this one guy in the field died, and then they come to realize it was a blunt force trauma from a hammer.
Dun dun dun.
Another work dispute.
Another work dispute. Dude, fucking bonkers.
Most of the time, the people, if they were having a... Well, I guess some of the people with the money would argue, but a lot of times the people that are kind of the contractors that kind of go through organizing it all really don't ever meet together, maybe once or twice, or maybe, really only maybe once or twice, and then they'll email each other for the most part, but for everything else, they'll come one or two here or there, but everyone's so busy, they're always on their own schedules, and they really only care about it, like, freaking as far as their work goes. Because they have that mentality where all of a sudden it rolls over, and they're like, that's not my job.
That's not my job.
Hey, I gotta get this in right here. Well, I have to lay my pipe right here. Hey, man, it's not my job, man. Because usually that's what happens in some of the offices when you do electrical work. You'd be like, if you had to do a cable tray, and whoever got to go first they were golden because you just pulled them all over. The next one you go to pull them, and when you do kind of stuff that does like a wave, it may have like a foot drop, it just makes like a straight line. So wires just go across everything, and so the next little longer one, you start going down the long of being the last one getting to pull your stuff. It's yours. You can't. It's like impossible because it's just like a spider web of wires. So you're just like, but the same thing. They're like, we got the tray in there for you, man. Use the cable tray. Pull the wires, huh? Mm-hmm. And you're just, where do you? I guess where do you live? Where do you sleep? Which side of the bed? Which window?
Dude, that would be a fucking... I've been watching that Shooter show.
Shooter?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's about a U.S. Marine who's a sniper. And some bad stuff happens, and he ends up on the bad side of the law. Of the bad law, I should say. And he's like a Jason Bourne kind of character.
Oh, so it's fiction?
Fiction, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And he's just a super badass, and he does stuff like that.
I like Jason Bourne.
He's like, where do you sleep? And then he fucking does...
What?
Takes out what is those? It's like a D-shaped ruler. You know what I'm saying?
So, hold on, let me get this straight.
It's a straight ruler, but it looks like a D.
D-shaped ruler.
The letter D, not a big wiener.
I was going to say like a D.
No. You know what I'm talking about? They're called like... You usually, when you're a little kid, you put them in your hand and you pretend like you have a fucking brass knuckles on.
I'm not sure. I should probably know what that is.
I think it's called like a triangle thing.
It is like a triangle. It really is, though.
But he uses that and like calculates the distance away from point A to point B, from rock to bed. Gets his sniper rifle out, lays it down on the rock, and shoots the guy that was framing him.
What? Where was he at? On the cliffs?
He was fucking far away, dude. He was so far away, he used the curvature of the earth to bend the bullet.
He's like, I'm going to shoot this bullet, and in 6 years...
Math.
6 years, it's going to be put a bullet right in his head. And it's like,
The guy goes to lay down on a jacuzzi. This is the most... All the girls that are in the jacuzzi. I can't do a high-pitched
whatever,
voice.
they'll probably be like, oh my god, they know that I love my favorite color is red. Like, food
They're
color
just bathing in it. Then I come driving by in my car. I'm like, honey, look away. They're
It looks
demons.
cool like in the lights.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'd drain them and swim in it. Well, just kidding. I don't know if I would.
Piranha people?
With bodies.
Piranhas.
Because, you know, people have a weird thing with bodies. Because I was always wondering about that now, how that neighbors across the street from my mom's house, that one person, like, died in the basement or whatever.
Yeah, and they, like, used him as a tiki torch or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just...
They filled them
fucking-
up with lighter fluid.
Oh, I was
and
like, wicked,
just-
dude. I knew some shit went down.
Wicked, bro.
Tell me more.
He was part of the fucking Halloween decoration, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like...
They had him out there, like, holding the bowl of candy.
Yeah, they would take
People
one.
are like, he looks so real.
Like, each one had like a
He
Skittle in
smells
his
like he's
mouth and
dead.
stuff. They're like, take one, like, eat him out like a little bird.
Yeah, it's just...
But think about that. So how say that now if the tiki torch body gets fucking thrown out to the
Curb.
sidewalk, and then the dumpster guy came picked it up, whatever, I don't know, 6 months ago, and then now these other like crackheads moved in, and then
Tiki
they got
skeleton.
raided. I guess like SWAT team came and like raided the
Hell
joint.
yeah,
and shit.
dude.
Hell, that's tight.
And now all the shit's out front and stuff, and I'm sure it's gonna get rented out again because it's been on and off to random people.
Oh,
so
is that what all that shit's out in the yard from?
I'm guessing.
Damn,
But so they're
gangster,
gonna rent
dude.
it all out
Tiki
again,
man.
and I'm sure like the people that come in, the next people that come, since now it's 2 down from the people that had died in it. I don't think they really know that someone had died in it.
Until they start seeing his tiki ghost.
Yeah, they're like, it's like stabbed in it, like aggro.
need a
what was
light?
it? Aggro puncher or whatever, you know. So a bunch of like flaming little tiki aggro punchers. He's like,
And he only appears around Halloween. They're like, at least it's convenient.
Yeah.
you have
don't
to give
need
it up for his
decorations.
consistency every year. He doesn't miss a year. He's like, no one's more consistent than I.
Reporting for duty.
That shit was intense, though. I mean, even with that place now, well, I guess now when we were younger, it's a homeless rehabilitation center. It's
What is?
that place right there on the corner of just
On the other
outside
side of the
Bangor.
church?
Yeah, where there used to be that field, remember?
Yeah.
And there's that trunk. I remember coming back from Westlake, and there's that car that was there for the longest time. We were always like pounding on it, doing whatever. One day it was
The
all
sweet
blocked.
jumps.
Yeah, one day it was all blocked off and everything. What the hell? I guess someone like got into the car. There was a body in the car. Like, for a while, we were like walking by.
Tiki torch guy.
Yeah, another tiki torch guy in there, freaking hogging up all the oxygen in the car. You know, and freaking burned it all up with the fire, trying to stay warm. All the carbon monoxide, suffocated to death.
That's crazy that someone left a body right there. That's so close to everybody.
I wonder if they just like panic. A lot of people panic like in the situation of like with a body or something, and then just
It's
stick it
usually
there
an
and
overdose.
I gotta take it somewhere where no one will see. The woods. Some like crackhead, you know, pours into this stupid field.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. I'm in the woods. Runs out. Oh, back on the city. You know, it's really,
like, that was a fast trip.
yeah.
It's like 2 feet away from the fucking main road.
I always go camping. I camp over here in the park or something like
It did
downtown.
look like wilderness, though.
Were you? Oh, do you remember the Cody Paxi? We went to go Cody Paxi and
Yeah.
shit. We had to go camp overnight and shit. Fucking KOA downtown.
KOA?
Yeah, dude, it's like a fucking campground in the middle of the city. I'm like, this is.
Lame.
So people are like, oh, we're camping here. Hey, look at it. It's a fire pit.
You mean
Fucking
Bum
barrel.
Central?
Dude, it was basically Bum Central. We basically camped there for free just because we showed up late, but yeah, I mean,
Fuck.
it is pretty much. It was on North Temple, I guess, kind of down there on that side.
I don't even know.
Dude, it's way bad, and even with the stuff now, with like going back to the bums or that whole Rio Grande, how everyone like is having all those issues.
We should
down
just
there.
get a bunch of buses.
They're trying
and
to
just
build
tell
them
them.
a center that will be ready for them to live in by 2020.
What center? Like a big convention center?
Supposedly, yeah.
Dude.
That'll be sweet.
They just make
Just
them go to Granite High School.
bottomless pits.
all it is like a cone that leads to the middle, and there's like doors on the outside.
Welcome, just walk right in there. It's
Welcome,
a little
walk
dark.
It's like Star Wars. The little pit's like it's like a mouth, you know.
If you could somehow turn them into energy of sorts.
You mean like fire?
Fuel.
No, I'm an evil person.
What kind of energy?
No, we first need to come up with a lie detector test. Like, why are you out here, kind of thing.
Like, who is your daddy,
And
what does he do? It's always a classic question to ask.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
People get all pissed off.
What? You don't know my daddy?
You don't fucking know me. I know, I'm trying to get to know you. That's why I asked this question. See if we're trying to get back to a personal level.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking questions, you idiot.
That'd be a funny and
And I
weird
know
job
the
interview
difference.
just to get asked only weird questions. Cool. Yeah. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you prefer cheese? It's like,
On a scale of 1 to 15, how often do you cut your nails too short?
it's
pretty random.
The first one, I'm like, second one's a little better. Third, here we go.
Yeah,
Then
after
on the
about
other
the
hand,
sixth
oh,
one,
man.
I start getting better. So one of my hands just hurts for like a
Every
week
time
straight.
I listen to the Lost Minds podcast, I just cut my shit way too short.
Except for the pinky. We all know everyone listens to the Lost Minds podcast always leaves the pinky nail long.
You have to.
Yep,
So
it's
you
to
can-
scoop up that cocaine.
I remember seeing kids when I was way younger, like, fucking stick a earring bud in it. So it'd grow a little longer, and then they would, like, stick a little diamond or a little, a little stud, earring stud, like, through them. Like little piercings.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Too pussy
People
to
are
get it through
gangster
their
as
fucking ears.
Okay? Because they want, like, it makes it more intense and stuff when you're sitting there fighting. Oh, hell no, hold my shit. It's like taking your earrings off. I'm gonna fuck you up, Taking more earrings off, taking shit. Fucking taking rings off. Oh, wait till I'm fucking, oh, you talking about me like that? Fuck you up. Taking fucking necklace off, pulling the shoes off. Hey, fucking pulling the piercings out of the fingernails. It's just, everyone's like, oh, here we go. And get the crowd going and shit by that time, And
It's
they
like-
got the
it's like
attention that they
buffering.
fucking wanted because that's all they are. They're just fucking attention.
And then that's when the
grabbers.
cops show up.
Yeah, you're lucky. Man, I was about to... Dude, they knew I was going to whoop on him. They see me clenching that fist. It's like, oh, my God.
Dude, you've seen it. You know it. I'm a black belt in dishwashing.
Yeah. Oh, rub-a-dub-dub. Fucking clean that shit, scrub.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Clean that shit right up.
You ever hear that one? It's like that way to say grace. People
Yeah,
like,
rub-a-dub-dub.
go on now,
Thanks for
Admir.
the grub.
Yeah, say grace now. Say it like you mean it now, Admir.
All right. Lord and Savior, please smite this man down in front of me.
Sweet baby Jesus.
It's like,
What is it, 121 gigawatts?
lightning strikes above us. Brian's like, I knew I installed that for a reason. I'm like, there's a lightning rod up there. Yep, we're perfectly safe here from the Almighty.
The lightning rod. That would be kind of funny. Dude.
It's like, God damn it.
Have you guys have seen that movie? Not the Notebook, with the Reese Witherspoon and the other guy, where she
Totally
goes to the
bangs
city
him?
and then
Oh,
she's
never
married
mind.
to the guy, and then she goes and tries to marry another guy, and then has to come back and get divorced from the dude, but he's still living in the hometown.
Do you mean just your regular woman?
What?
Yeah,
No.
what the heck is that movie called? But he goes out in the freaking storm by the beach and shit, and I can't believe you did. No. And he sticks those metal rods out in the sand, and lightning like strikes him, and it makes like crazy sculptures with like the glass,
Forrest Gump?
I shouldn't say this idea on here, but I was wondering about that. I'm like, damn, dude, what if I just take these rods, stick them out in the sand, even at the salt flats or something, fucking wire them up to like a generator or something, just juice them up, and boom, like shock the dirt, and then make it melt it like a cool glass sculpture.
Do you know how hot you'd have to get that sand
That's what I
to
was-
turn it into glass?
This is my rough draft idea.
I'm going to get a generator.
I'm gonna get
like,
a kite. I'm gonna put a key on it. And I'm just gonna go out there and make shit.
Brick's like, I'm gonna make diamonds. And I'm like, Brick, what's going to happen is a week from now, I'm going to be listening to the news, and they're going to be like, a young man was struck by lightning this afternoon while out in the Great Salt Lake.
And all he was yelling was, "Shine bright like a diamond."
It's like,
We have
Flying
photo. It's like
flying
we
off like
have a
Team
video
Rocket.
evidence. Well, our crew was out there recording the lightning storm. Shine bright like a... I'm okay.
lightning never strikes twice in the same place. He must really piss someone off.
It's like... I think it's over.
And it was a clear sky day.
It almost seems like someone who's really skittish, scared of spiders when they see one steps on it repeatedly out of fear.
I think he was dead after the first one.
Dude, I've already like caused problems out there before. I remember I was doing like steel wool the first time, and I kind of had like it set up, and I didn't really. I guess I threw it on there. I just tied it on the little loop thing because I'd bought them from a bunch from the DI. So I tied a string on the loop piece of it and put the steel wool on it. Went to turn it on and just went. Started spinning it, and the little piece of metal piece was like barely. I guess it was barely even hooked on the thing because once I spun it, it just unclipped. And this piece of metal and ball of fire was like flying across the salt flats. But I was like, the way I was swinging, I was gonna start turning it and stuff. I'm like, dude, I could have like swung that right up into like my face or something. It's like a fireball.
You're like, what? Today on the salt flats, a man was burning. Like, ah,
he was feeling hot.
It's like, too bad it's a lake that doesn't actually have water.
I wonder if they'll ever get to that point where they'll like be able to have cameras even in the craziest of places, maybe with satellites, where they can catch that stuff. Wait, when did this happen? Just pull it up. They don't even have to have a news crew out there. Oh my!
CCTV cameras just everywhere catching the perfect moments.
Yeah, people like look through Google Maps and they'll find random shit they'll catch on satellites. It'll be like that shit.
It'd be like it'll become like you'll get your own TV show every Saturday. The Crazy Man and the Great Salt Lake.
It'll definitely be a compilation on YouTube. Fucking public fails.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
And every weekend he goes out there to the Great Salt Lake and just something bad happens to him.
Dude, think
He's
about
on
how
fire
many
one weekend, hit with lightning the next.
I've seen so many people like stumble over stuff, trip over stuff, run into stuff. Like
let's watch the Wacky Man at the Great Salt Lake.
I watched a lady do that yesterday at So at the wedding
One
place,
question. Why were you watching this woman?
Yeah. How many windows were you looking through?
So I was getting a drink out of the drink. So I'll show you. It was like freaking.
I have video evidence.
So I'm sitting there, and basically it's like two hallways, I guess. But when you come around a doorway, there is a wall. So basically there's a whole wall, but someone has cut a big window in it. So there's a big window, and right on the edge where you'd kind of go through where the door would be, there's just like it looked like a column, So maybe it's like 6, 8. Maybe
and
like,
it was all painted the same fucking color.
so it's like a foot wide.
Oh, great.
And then all the way around is like a window, so it looks like you can walk in and out, And it's pretty low, and I'm standing right where the other piece is. They had like this weird little drinking fountain thing, so I'm like drinking on it or whatever, drinking on the drinking fountain, and standing there. And it looks like you can just walk anywhere. Like you can just turn towards me and walk. And the lady comes walking down the hallway and turns because it's kind of two rooms like that, and just starts walking straight like she's going to come into that room, just like straight right where the pillar is, and she's like, what the just straight into it, like right into the wall, right into the pillar thing. Just walks off. She's like, oh man, that was like, oh, it's stupid me, bumping into it. I'm like, no, I do that stuff all the time. And
she's like, you walked into the same pillar all the time?
Yeah, she's like,
you must be really dumb.
What are you doing here? Yeah, what is going on?
I was dumb.
She's like, I think he needs a straight jacket.
No, she's like, I didn't tell her I walked into. I'm like, oh, I just sometimes bang my face into the wall. So like, go to my favorite coffee place. Sir, what's going on? Coffee. Like,
I love this.
It's really annoying.
Attention.
I feel like that's what so many people nowadays, though. Maybe it's being a social media thing, but it's attention grabbers, dude. People.
No, it is called Darwinism. All right.
Darwinism.
Yep. I'm gonna rent a backhoe. I'm gonna dig 12-foot deep holes with the water at the bottom, about 7 feet deep. Because people could swim actually, so I'm not gonna put anything down there. It's gonna be a 12-foot drop. It's just everywhere randomly, so people are just gonna be walking, and then just and then you quickly run out and just put a manhole cover over it, and then just leave it.
Dude,
and it will be legitimately called a manhole cover.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I get it.
Yeah, dude.
You could throw if it was like money down there. Like if they were to fall, like it was $1 million.
Ooh, something shiny.
And if they were to get, it'd be like There Will Be Blood when he finds the gold and shit, and he like tries to get out and like blows it, and then he like goes down the thing and falls and like breaks his leg. Fucking dude, he like climbs out of the fucking pit and like pretty much crawls miles and miles to get to the nearest town, to like fix his leg and shit, go back down to get the gold, to become filthy rich to go buy all the oil. So I guess that's like some soft shit now I'm thinking about it. But if you had the gold down there and stuff like that, it's like, hey, how we get this out? You get to take it. They're like, crawling
How
out there.
how big around do you think this table is? It's about 3 feet.
48 feet wide.
No,
3
it's
feet
like
wide?
2 feet in a circle.
Okay, so a 2-foot circle by 12 feet deep. If you were at the bottom of that hole, how would you get out? You had nothing but.
Shimmy.
Yeah, just like chimney walk.
Okay,
Put my feet
good.
up.
You'd survive. You'd be one of the survivors. How many people do you think would just stay down there till they starve to death?
Depends on how much service they have.
Yeah.
No service. Your
Yep.
phone stops.
Order Domino's. God, the guy's like right here. Down here, stupid. 'Cause, you know, where the Domino, like the same with probably most of the apps. Like the fucking thing is right here. It's saying it's right here. You know, where you can't see it.
He's like, "Oh, you're down there. I'm gonna need a signature on this."
Oh, that's. Just drop them through the thing. It won't fit. Just a slice at a time. Fucking through the cold crack.
Smacks
That's a
it in the
manhole.
face.
I'm gonna need. I still need a
More
signature.
pizza, still good pizza.
All right, just put the pencil on a rope and slide it down.
Drop your phone down here. It's like send you back up his.
Thanks.
Sorry, mine's almost dead. I had to borrow yours.
I need to call somebody to save me.
Dude, I forget
That'd
about
be
the
funny
Domino's and
putting
stuff.
delivery people in situations that they have to try to help in a way. Like you have to slide the pizza under the door really hard. Just like kind of like a.
He's like, I could do a slice at a
obstacle
time.
course,
You're like,
kind
no,
of.
I need the whole thing at once.
Dude, I bet they would do. If I feel like that shit already happens already, I bet, and I bet
Just toss it over
the
this
more wild
10-foot
you get,
wall.
I bet they'll do stuff like that.
You know,
I think delivery people would try to help.
frisbee it.
It'd be funny to do it like calling some Chinese delivery place where like the dudes are like barely speak any English and they show up to your door. You're like, hurry, come in here, hurry, come over here, help me out. I need you to put all the food in a blender, or just something dumb. And
That's
he's like,
kind of what Andy Milanakis used to do, right? Where he was like tied up on a chair and
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, just sit it right there, it's fine."
Yeah.
And the Chinese guy's like, "Are you all right?" He's like, just put it right there." He's tied up in a chair.
Yeah, he's like, is the money there? He's like, it should all be there. And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay, thank you, man.
Just put him in awkward situations.
that would be fun.
Yeah, get on the ground. Pull him inside. Or even if we're all the way down to the bottom and stuff, you're like, just throw it up. They're like, it'll get shaken up. It's all right. You know, it's the way I like it. I like it gets mixed up anyways.
Or
you
just
give
have
them
a
that green
funnel.
light and they don't care.
Have a funnel straight to your mouth and have them drop it into the funnel from like a story above. That would work.
And he's like, Zzz. Here's your soda, you son of a bitch.
Or no, it would be even, I got a good one. Have like someone wait out front, like one of your buddies or whatever, wait for the delivery guy comes. It would be good if you're in an apartment. So that gives a little bit of time, you know, or something. They get out and they like go to walk in and you're hearing like go behind them, get in the thing. So or say it stairs to the elevator, you know, you're slowly going with them. Or like say elevator, you get in there, you're standing there. Next you get to the same thing, you're kind of slowly going to the same place, so like go to the door, knock on the door, you're kind of like hanging out a little bit. The door opens up, you just fucking push past the pizza guy, boom, push the door open, fucking pretend to pull out like you're a hitman or something, pull a gun out and be like, choo, 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 choo. And make it look like he just witnessed a murder or something, and you're like, come here, you know.
And then you don't know, but he's got a concealed carry on him, and he shoots you in the face.
Oh shit!
Or
I know he's got like he's got a pizza cutter on him because he's like.
'Cause
My
he's a
biggest
pizza
complaint is
delivery.
people don't like have pizza cutters, you know. So he's got this old like big size wheel pizza cutter.
He's the fucking pizza
Just
butcher.
slices on your face. You're like, oh, you look like freaking. You just it peels down like a piece of pizza.
It was just a prank, bro. It was just a prank.
Nice face. Too bad it looks like a cheese pizza. Or should I say pepperoni?
It's like here we have another pizza guy murder. This guy was chopped into 8 slices.
It's like who's giving him all these novelty pizza slicers? I've got to make sure you got a good clean cut.
Oh, God.
That'd be funny. I wish actually we could get some pizza. Would you guys like some pizza?
Yeah, let's get some pizza, man. I'm fucking hungry.
Let's get some pizza, man.
Yeah, man.
Go
Let's
get it.
some pizza.
Hot and ready.
And
Little
I guess
Caesars.
before we go, the drill. You can always find us all over the place, and you can use the code LostMind, save some money on the Banff beard oils.
Clean that earwax.
Yeah, find us at. You can find me Brick anywhere, Instagram, Twitter,
You could probably find me on the street stalking people all the
Twitch.
time.
Twitch on that.
You can find me under a manhole cover.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom shakalaka. Cool.
Peace.
Welcome, everyone. Hey, can I interest you guys in some Banff beard oil? What's it for? For your busted ass beards. pow. You trying to score some hot dudes? I'm trying to get a pretty sweet babe, and I think they don't like my face hair. Pow, pow, pow. Well, there you go. It's a perfect market. It's for men for people that you don't want to have beards with you, or... What if I want to fight another man with my beard? If you want to make it nice and slick and smoothie and moisturized and strong and not brittle and weak and crusty and smelly and stinky and dirty, then you use the fresh, badass motherfucking beard oil. Pow. Do you want it? Where do I get this beard oil? Go to BrickAnderson.com and go to the Vamp Beard Oil tab, and you can use the Lost Minds promo code and save money. Okay? Okay, thank you. But the prices are competitive, so you'll save money instead of wasting time and going to Walmart. You can save cash and buy online in your underwear and watch documentaries on Netflix. Ooh, I like it a lot. Lost Minds.